Mommy, can you tell me, can you finish the story of when the little pigs met the big bad wolf?
Can I finish the story of how the piggy, Wiggy, and Squiggly met the little bad wolf?
Yeah.
They didn't meet his father, the big bad wolf. Well, I went back in my files and I dug out some of the story that I had written a long time ago. So I have my notes here today. Are you sleepy already, boys and girls? My gracious sakes, that was a big yawn. Okay, here we go. You remember when we left off, Mama Piggy said to Piggly, Wiggly, and Squiggly, I will tell you, boys, about the little bad wolf and his family, but you must go to sleep now. I will tell you tomorrow over breakfast. So off Piggly, Wiggly, and Squiggly went up the stairs to their bedroom, and they went fast asleep because they had really played hard today and they were tired. Okay, they come downstairs to breakfast the next day. Mama, Mama, what are we going to have for breakfast? I'm hungry. Wiggly says, I'm hungry too. And Squiggly says, well, of course I'm hungry, Mama. And Mama's pig says, we're going to have a great big healthy bowl of oatmeal. And it's got sliced strawberries in it. Remember when we picked the strawberries day before yesterday? And Piggly says, oh, we had such a good time in the strawberry field at Farmer Brown's strawberry field. We had such a good time. And Wiggly says, remember when I got the snake? Remember when I got the snake? And Squiggly says, that was mean of you to scare poor little Petunia Pig like that. That was mean. Well, Mama says, all right, boys, eat your breakfast and be quiet. I promised I would tell you the story about little bad wolf. You boys are old enough now, and you had a good time with him yesterday, right? You played real good together?
Yep.
And Piggly says, yes, little bad wolf was a pretty nice guy. We had a good time together. And she says, well, it started like this. About maybe 5 years ago, and all of a sudden there was a knock on the door. And she said, who could that be this early in the morning? And Piggly Wiggly said, I don't know, go open the door, go open the door. And she says, calm down, boys, just calm down. So she goes and she opens up the door, and there stood little good wolf. And he was looking so sad. And she said, well, little bad wolf, come inside. You look like you need a good healthy breakfast, and we just started to eat our breakfast. So why don't you come on in? And little bad wolf says, oh, could I come in and have some breakfast? I could do. Oh, Mrs. Piggy, you're so nice to me. Thank you so much. So she goes and sits down with the Piggly and the Wiggly and the Squiggly, and he looked at their bowls and he says, oh, he said, that smells so good. And you got strawberries in. Mrs. Piggy, do I get strawberries in my oatmeal? And she said, well, of course you do, little bad wolf. So they sat there and they ate their food and had a really nice breakfast. And Mrs. Piggy, she says to herself, she said, wow, that little wolf, that little bad wolf has got such good manners. And so she says, little bad wolf, you have such nice manners. Where did you learn your manners at? And the little bad wolf says, well, Don't tell anybody. But one day, I climbed up into the tree and I looked through the window, and there was Mr. Farmer Brown sitting at his kitchen table, and he was eating his breakfast. And oh, it looked so good. It was bacon and eggs and sausage, and it just looked so good. And my mouth got all watery, and it was so good. But I watched Mr. Farmer Brown, and I learned my manners from Mr. Farmer Brown. And she said, "Why, little bad piggy, that is such a great idea. I don't know if it was a great idea to climb up the tree and peek in the window, but you learned your manners, and that was very, very, very good." And he says, "And you know what else? I also let me find my place. I also learned from Sally Skunk's daddy that you could take a bath with water. You wouldn't melt. I thought you had to take a bath in sand." And before little Squiggly could think what he was saying, he opened his mouth and he says, "Why, little bad wolf, is that why you were always so dirty?" And little bad wolf says, "Yeah, I guess it was why. But I learned I could take a bath in water." And Mama Pig says, "Well, who told you that you had to take a bath in sand?" The orphanage told me.
Huh?
Now, boys and girls, do you know what an orphanage is? An orphanage is a nice home that when you don't have a mama and a daddy, you grow up in the orphanage and you wait until somebody comes and adopts you. And they take you home, and then you are their little boy or little girl. Well, Mama Piggy said, "Okay, little bad wolf, that's fine. We understand." And little Piggy says, "Well, what happened to your mama and your daddy?" "Shh," Mrs. Piggy says, "now that's not your business." Little bad wolf says, "Oh, I don't mind saying what happened because, well, that's the only thing I know. I don't know anything else about them. But my mama died when I was about 1 year old. At least that's what the orphanage thinks. And then my daddy just said, 'Okay, he's too big for me. I don't know what to do with him, so I'm going to put him in the orphanage.' And he put me in the orphanage when I was 3 years old, and I've never, ever seen him again. I don't know where he is." And the little bad wolf started crying. And so Mommy Piggy says, "Now there, little bad wolf. You're fine. You have a lot of friends, and now you have me for an almost mama, and you can come here anytime you want to." And the little bad wolf says, "Oh, that would be so nice. Thank you, Mrs. Piggy. Can I call you Mama once in a while?" She said, "Yes, you can." Then I got 3 piggy brothers. I got Piggly, Wiggly, and Squiggly for my... Can you be my brothers? And they all said, "Yes, we'll be your brothers." Well, what is your name, though? We can't keep calling you Little Bad Wolf. And how come we call you that anyway? Well, they told me in the orphanage that my daddy's name was the Big Bad Wolf. Oh, that's right. Mama Pig, didn't you tell us that you were going to... Yes, I did, but I'll tell you later. It's a secret. We don't need to talk about it now. Wow. Piggy says, "Whew, I think we made a mistake there, boys." And Wiggly said, "Yeah, let's don't say anything else." So, she sent them all back out into the yard to play. And she picks up the telephone, and she dials the telephone. Shoop, 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 shoop. Whoop, whoop. "Hello? This the orphanage? I'd like to ask the head lady a question or two, please. This is Mrs. Piggy down the lane. You know, it's Honeysuckle Lane. All right, I'll wait. Hello? Are you the ladies in charge of all the boys and girls at the orphanage? Yes, I am. Well, I have a question that I need to ask you, please. I need some information about the about the little bad wolf that you had in your orphanage. Where is he now? He ran away last week. No, let me see my records. It was 6 months ago. My gracious sakes, how time flies. He ran away 6 months ago. Oh, I see. Well, I want you to know that he's okay now. And I just thought I would let you know that. Thank you. Goodbye. Boop. She hangs up the phone. She said, well, I guess we have adopted the little bad wolf. All right, boys and girls, that's all for today. We'll see what happens later on, because I have a feeling that maybe they're going to meet somebody else. Okay? To be continued another day. Bye.
See you Monday.